Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We are here for yet another round of VRP. We've been treated every round of this season so far, and hopefully today will be the exact same. We are at the beautiful, scenic and fan favourite Silverstone circuit, Britain's very own, and we've got a lot of British drivers here today who will be loving to pick up a home victory. Another brilliant Britishman joining me today is the man himself, Adam Richardson, or Ghost Fired Up. How are you doing, mate? How are you?
I'm doing very good, thank you very much. Yeah, an absolute fan favourite, an absolute favourite of mine as well. Not just to watch, but to drive as well. It's such a fast, flowing track. A big challenge for the drivers. It should be very interesting to see who comes out on top today.
Yeah, well, and as I say, lots of British drivers. I think you could probably... I mean, this is quite a diverse league in terms of nationalities, but we've got a lot of British drivers who are going to be wanting to win today, and there are plenty that can. Some very quick drivers who are going to be up towards the front, definitely looking towards those McLaren drivers being Gillen and Bino. Very quick drivers, and if they work together as well, they could be unstoppable in today's qualifying session. The race, though, could be a different story. We do have some news, some driver news, if Adam wants to tell us about that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rapid has had to leave the league. From what I've heard, it is due to injury, so hopefully, once he recovers, if he does come back, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, for the foreseeable future, we don't have Rapid in the league anymore, which is a huge shame for a driver of his calibre. It's so unfortunate to have something like that happen. But hopefully, he's all right, and hopefully he comes back soon. Because I know as soon as he does come back, he will be right at the front once again.
Yeah, and of course, the only real challenger towards Rapid as of late was Afonso and Lewis, who are currently the top two drivers of the session. They're currently on a lap. Lewis on a flying lap himself in the moment.
Yes.
Afonso is just a little bit further back. But those two are the only main challengers, of course, with Dylan and Bino being here today as well, two very quick drivers in their own right. Could be up towards the front as well. There's some yellow flags there. But other than that, though, there's maybe a couple drivers you can see starting to get up maybe towards those lot, like Hazard Juan could be quick as well. And if those Haas drivers work together as well, Charlie and Dammers, they might be able to find their way up and towards that top five area. Kind of really want to be on the pace, because if one of the leaders makes a mistake with, like a wrong strategy, or if they do end up having contact with some other drivers, you want to be in a perfect position to pick up from those positions. But it's still very competitive throughout the grid, as we see Lewis with a 125.068 being the fastest lap of the session so far. Afonso gets across the line, he's coming up to the line, but your 125 is your banker lap at the moment, as your provisional pole.
That is a very quick lap. I'm pretty sure that was 3 or so seconds quicker than the actual pole position time at Silverstone last year. And Afonso, 9/10 of a second off. An incredible lap by Lewis to start the session.
And Harry, Afonso's teammate, up into P3, only 2/10 off, so he could be someone as well to look out for, maybe getting a late lap in towards the top end of the grid. Tim going into P5, got the two Haas drivers now coming up as well. One of them on an out lap, the other one though on a flyer, and that's Dammers, who's about to cross the line and put himself into P7, 2.3 seconds off.
Be a little bit of teamwork possibly getting employed by the Haas drivers. Dammers only just in front of Charlie, who's just started his first lap.
LMB strikes, I'll call them strikes. Strikes has just gone into P3 for the Red Bull.
Oh, wow.
And of course he's standing in for Rapid. So, I mean, not a bad replacement at the moment already.
Oh. What's happened? Charlie has entered the
Charlie's
pit.
left he's lagged out again.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, he's lagged out. He said he's left the session.
That's not ideal.
No, Yannick putting himself to P7. Ahead of his... Well, I say ahead of his teammate. Steve hasn't set a lap yet, although he is coming down the hangar straight now. But he's backed off for the looks of it, so unless he's made a mistake this lap,
yeah, he's still got very high amounts of the RS. He's going to go for another push lap. Who else has a time just going through? Well, he's not on a lap. Going through the wonderful Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel section are really the hardest section of the track by a country mile. It's such a fast, you gotta go flat out through Maggots, a downshift through Beckett's, then a brake and a double downshift through Chapel to get a beautiful launch onto that long hanger straight. It's crucial to nail the corner, those few corners on a lap such as this. That's where a lot of lap time is, and as we saw on Lewis's lap as we rode on board with him, we got that section spot on. Zauber just coming across the line, going into P12 ahead of both Dammers, Disputed Cars and Hazard Time. Very, very close to the others. I don't think that was a representative lap at all. And something tells me he's forgot to turn his ERS on.
Disputed on a lap at the moment because of the fast, never-ending, it feels like sometimes, Maggots and Beckett section, 10 seconds up on this lap, but of course that's because his last lap he decided to take really slowly. But it's looking good though. He's got to make up 4 seconds here, which isn't difficult on his previous lap, which was a bit of a, well, almost like a second out lap really.
Yeah, this
as
could
he
be
comes through the Vale chicane here. Could be quite a quick lap, maybe going jumping just ahead of his teammate. Spoke too soon. P12, 1.6 seconds off. But there's something to work on though. He probably knows exactly where he's losing that time, and he'll try and work on that. He's got to have 2 more sets of tyres that he can use as well. His teammates just gone a little bit quicker into the second sector, but it still keeps him in P7 at the moment. But a lot of drivers in the pits at the moment, just changing tyres, formatting a bit of a strategy as well. Do they go up for, well, they will have to go out for another run, but whether or not they go out for another one, and see how long how late they leave it as well. But as you see, the tower full of pits. Just a couple outlaps towards the bottom there. You see Charlie, Herod, and Dylan all on outlaps at the moment. We'll see where they end up lying during the grid when they come to finish their laps. In fact, Herod first drive to start his first lap.
Yannick just going through the Vale chicane now, gets it beautifully into that apex, and the second one coming round Club Corner to finish his first his second representative lap, and it's slightly down just by 66 thousandths of a second. It's a very good lap. Lots of drivers now starting their out laps. We've seen, one thing I will point out, we've seen this many times in VRP.
Hello.
As Alfonso is just starting his second flying lap.
McLaren teamwork here. Dino slowing down and then getting just at the perfect distance through the Wellington Straight, giving Dylan a lot of slipstream there. I don't know if Wellington Straight is the right place to give slipstream. I thought the Hanging Straight would get maybe more of an advantage, but I'm not too sure. These guys have probably done their homework, so they know more than me.
I think looking at the length of the straights, I'd say they are very similar. So
interestingly as well, I don't know if it's all linked. Limpuez he was on his outlap and he was behind Herod, so I wonder if there might have actually been some unsighted teamwork there between the 2 Mercedes drivers.
Dylan apparently going purple through the second sector. This could be a very good lap for the McLaren driver at his, and well, not only his, but home Grand Prix.
Climbing into P7 with that lap. Dylan the next across the line with that teamwork.
And it's P2.
It's worked out for them, and now eyes go onto the Haas driver, Charlie NGO6. He's done well in previous leagues around this track before, so that was quite a while ago. It was like 2 years ago. Can he keep up that momentum? Can he keep up that form? Across the line, it's a P4. He's still a really good representative for a starter lap. That's really positive. Let's see if his teammate can catch up though.
Alfonso has had a big improvement on his second flying lap, improving by 3/10. Still nobody even approaching Lewis's time. What a lap from Lewis.
And if anyone's going to break into the 124s, you've got to say at the moment it's looking like it's going to be Lewis. And looking at the moment, is there going to be some McLaren teamwork here? Or not? It looks a little bit mistimed. He's moved out of the way, giving a bit of a slip into Cops, and wow, the extra speed there that Bino carried into Cops, it showed, but I hope that hasn't invalidated his lap time, as he keeps it fairly clean throughout the rest of it. It looked like he might have gone deep into
It's still valid.
but
It's still valid.
Yeah, it's still valid. It's showing the purple sector 2.
If he's got that run down the straight through Woodcote into Cobbs, that will have massively helped him through there, but possibly hindered him through Cobbs, having to slow down a bit more. Nicely carrying a load of speed through the Vale chicane, through Club Corner, and it's P4 for Bino, so the teamwork clearly paying off. The fourth driver into that 125 range. See cars entering the pits again. Harry, not one of those, he's just coming through the Vale chicane now. Coming through Club Corner, and it is a 125, a 6. Just a couple of hundredths behind his teammate. Very good lap.
That could be a really interesting battle between the Aston Martins and the McLarens today. There's no doubt some teamwork will go into this, and we've seen better teamwork between the two McLarens, but there's some decent pace going around with these Aston Martins, and Harry could be a bit of an underdog. We were talking about a couple of other drivers, but yeah, Harry could be one that could sneak in there.
Definitely one to watch. You see Dark Alter? Is that how
Dark Alt.
Dark Alt coming round the Vale chicane, 2/10 up through the Sector 2 split. It's a 125.9 up into P6. Very good lap there for the AlphaTauri.
And then I wonder how many of these drivers are going to be focusing on that final stint now. There's a couple of drivers in the pits. I don't imagine they'll really want to go out on track until they have to, which will be quite late into the session. Omar currently about 3.5 tenths up on this lap. He's on the edge of the top 10 at the moment. His delta at the moment puts him up into P6, and he does go P6 ahead of his teammate. Omar with a brilliant lap there, just ahead of his teammate, and quite an underrated lap there, all on his own as well. No help from any teammates there. A really positive looking lap there for Omar in the AlphaTauri.
I will say Lewis has entered the track for his final run. This could be a monumental lap time. This could be something. I mean, I don't even know what the biggest pole margin is in VRP, but this could be it. He's almost half a second clear of Dylan at the moment, and looking like, as the track has improved throughout quali, he could very well break into that 124 range.
As long as it doesn't get held up by traffic, because this is right now is the window where a lot of drivers will start to exit the pits and they'll start to go out onto track to try and give themselves the best chance possible to get in a quick lap. And especially as well, if you make a mistake during your flying or your first flying lap, you just might not have enough time to do a second. A track like this as well, it is quite difficult to conserve ERS, so you're going to have to really use that lap to build it back up again. But yeah, as you say, this could either be a couple hundredths, he might be able to find a couple of hundredths somewhere, or he's about to smash it out of the park, hit a home run. It's yeah, whatever superlative you want, this guy might be about to do it.
He might smash 2 home runs in the same hit here. That's how home rolls. That's how much potential this lap has. He's just about to go through the Vale chicane, set up that lap, and he's gone for it. 4th gear through the Vale chicane, through Club Corner now, as he crosses the line to start his final run of the session. Going through Abbey, flat out right-hander, gets into that apex very nicely. Going into the loop really late on the brakes, getting into that apex nicely, coming across into the left-hander, setting up for the Wellington straight now. Goes flat foot to the floor, DRS wide open now. It's a very good sector 1 from Lewis. How will his delta reflect that? And he's almost a 10th up. He's on for the 124. Coming through Luffield now, and seemingly endless corner. He gets the power down really early, a slight wobble through Woodcote now, or using that inside curve about to go through top corner now, completely flat out. That's on the run to Maggots and Beckett's now. Through Maggots, flat out, slight downshift, and only a shift down to 6th for Chapel, using that inside curb, and that's perfect. Over a 10th up now through the Sector 2 split, coming up the run up to Stowe, a very difficult corner, especially with the track limits, using that inside curb once again, and using the outside curb as well, using as much of the track as possible, breaking into the Vale chicane, getting into that apex very nicely. This has been a beautiful lap from Lewis. Where will this go? And it's a 124.8. Oh my god.
I must admit, I was less letting you talk during that lap and just more had my mouth open the whole time. That was a stunning lap to watch.
That was absolutely mesmerising. I'm
that
sure.
Is one for the highlight reel.
Absolutely. And speaking of highlight reels, if you're not already, please go follow the VRP Instagram account. They'll be posting multiple highlights of that race, and I'm sure that lap is going to be posted because that was something special. Lim Huiz up into P2 though.
Yannick on a quick one as well, could break into the top 10 with this lap. He
3
does.
tenths up, P9.
Ooh, one to watch. Is it one to watch? I don't know. Dylan's down in the first sector, and right behind him is guess who? His teammate Bino, as they're heading up towards the Hangar Straight.
Charlie slightly up through the first sector, looking to break into that 125 range. I'm still in complete and utter shock from that lap. From Lewis. Dylan going through Maggots and Beckett's now.
Ooh, Miku up into P8.
Wow.
Brilliant lap there. Out of nowhere for the Williams driver. Just flicked over, so it was 5 tenths up.
Dylan only
and
100.
3 thousandths between him and Bino. Not Bino, Omar.
Dylan only slightly down now, just 1/100th of a second to find. Improvement, he's invalid. He's invalidated at Stowe. Very disappointed.
I think I just saw Bino cut one of the corners. I could be wrong, but it looked like coming out of Mangus to Beckett's, or sorry, coming out of Chapel, it looked like he might have been a little bit explorative with the track limits, but he's
valid.
Lap time though.
It's
no good.
It's not good. He must have messed up in the final sector. Omar is invalid. Charlie's retired. Has he had a crash somewhere, or has he gone in the pits? Lewis retired, understandably, so he's probably very happy.
Into the pits. Lewis went into the pits.
Yeah, Zauber 2 tenths up.
Yeah, come again, but he's no 2 tenths down.
Bonzo on a lap. Could he be the one to challenge Lewis? He has to find 8 tenths, but he's down. Almost certainly not going to beat Lewis's lap.
He might find a couple. He might find enough to get past Dylan, but he has to extract a lot from the end of this lap.
He's invalidated. Harry was slightly down through the sector 1 split, and he's not the lap.
Up on a little bit, be about 2-3 tenths quicker on this lap time. Could get past Charlie, even into the top 10. He just about misses out, and Miku. Is it Miku's debut?
I believe so.
He's made a hell of a start for his debut, beating his teammate already. Unfortunately, he just starts off the top 10, but pretty respectable qualifying session for your debut.
The better debut though, LMB Strikes. P8.
Very good, yeah. Massive shoes to fill, and he's currently a couple sizes down on that. But when the person you're trying to replace is rapid, that's not exactly bad, is it? Being P8, it's ahead of his teammate Zalba.
So then, go ahead.
I was going to say, not a bad session overall. I was going to say, only one driver into the 124s, plenty of drivers in the 25s. I mean, I've got to say, it's actually quite impressive seeing how close the field is. From P2 to P17, they're all covered within a second. Which is mad for a track like this.
So then, your grid for the British Grand Prix. Lewis getting pulled by over 4 tenths of a second. An incredible lap, near perfection. Lim Huiz as well with his best ever qualifying, a P2. Only 4 tenths off Lewis in the low 125s. Dylan with a very good qualifying on his return in P3. Alfonso P4. Harry P5, a very good qualifying for him. Dark Alt P6. We forgot about him. I'm pretty sure that's his debut as well. Very impressive. Herod P7. LMB Strikes on his debut in P8. Bino P9 and Omar rounding out the top 10.
And just on the maths, I believe almost half the grid are British. So there's a high chance for a British winner today, but some of the quick drives towards the top, though, are not. So who knows? As the drivers now selecting their strategies. And of course, with British weather, known for liking to throw a little bit of curveball, can't imagine we'll see a curveball today with the weather. But of course, curveballs could be thrown in any way, including safety cars or just on-track incidents. There's plenty of chances for that to happen. Maybe not as likely as someone like Baku, but there's still, with the high-speed, tense racing between these drivers, who knows? We could see someone spinning off into the gravel quite quickly, especially turn 1 or into turn 2 as well. Not turn 2, into turn 3. There's a lot of chance for there being contact and could be some signs of massive crashes there. But for the most part, we'll kind of hope there isn't massive crashes because, you know, the more drivers there are, the more chances there are for amazing battles. But what kind of strategy do you think you'd be going for today then, Adam? Looking at the sort of the weather, looking at everything, what are you thinking?
Well, it's not a cloud in the sky from what I can see. It's if you watched the esports race a couple of days ago, I know they run 35% races to R50. Are we going straight in for the start? We're going straight in for the start, I think.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're underway. Apparently showing us lap 2 as the whole thing is glitched. Lewis getting a brilliant start. Haas going off the track in the background.
Oh, send from Bino up the inside of the two.
Oh, Aston Martin off the track. As Bino losing a couple of positions from that send down in P7. Helen showing has a time in P1. He's showing him as the back of the grid. Lewis guiding everyone through. He's got a very clean getaway as the grid has sorted itself out. Lewis with a half a second lead over Lim Huiz, Dylan P3, Alfonso P4, Harry P5 and Bino P6. He's stayed relatively the same throughout this top 6, other than Dark Alt. So I must
say we did have issues last week with the formation laps that might be wide today. They went straight into the race.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion. I wasn't made aware of this.
Maybe not last week, but I think maybe the week before. Didn't you have
Lim Huiz has gained on Lewis through this second sector. He's all over the back of him now.
Looking for a move up to Dark Alt. Oh, there's no contact up the inside there, though. Charlie getting the move done at Stowe.
Lord Percival is in the comment. Lord Percival in the comment saying, let Harry cook. He's cooking in P5. Lewis is on the medium. Let's see what tyres everyone is on. And it is quite predictably mostly mediums.
And it's getting savage towards the back here at the moment. From Herod down to Dark Alt. It is brilliant battling. As you see, Dark Alt and Charlie be going at it for the past lap or so. There's contact between the two drivers there.
The yellow flag is sector 1. That looks to be hazard time around, I believe.
He's got Zalba behind him, so unless there was contact between those two drivers, but also the two Williams going side by side down the straight as well could get messy.
Oh, Aaron Blaze Tim also going side by side into Brookland. Nicely done by Blaze Tim on that soft compound of tyre. As Omar looking at Omar as well on that hard compound of tyre is Adam Lindbergh, sorry. Right on board, everyone knows to tail still. Of glitch. And Lim Huiz is still all over the back of Lewis.
Could be an outside run for the win there as Zalba getting the first penalty of the race, but yeah, could be an outside showdown there.
He doesn't go for it into Stowe. All over the back. He's going to get a beautiful run with the DRS.
Charlie being really aggressive here behind the Red Bull, tried to get up the inside at Stowe, but luckily, well, he's got the foresight, he's got the experience to know you should never go for moves that don't look like they're going to come off, and it's Herod with the fast lap of the race at the moment, 129.1 for the Mercedes driver.
We could
But
see
it's his other Mercedes teammate who's getting all the headlines at the moment because he is challenging for that top position.
as we'll have a look. First DRS straight is coming up the Wellington straight. DRS wide open using that overtake mode. Still half a second back. It would be ridiculous to go for a move for this far back, not gaining significant time there.
Bino up the inside of Harry, making the position nice and easy. Of course, DRS assistance making that a hell of a lot easier than it would have been beforehand. But there's a brilliant train going on here, though. Not even a DRS train. It's just they're just stacking up into each other. Well, and it could get really messy.
One thing I can say, Lim Huiz all the way down to Yannick are in the same train. Well, Lewis down to...
I'm not sure if it's Charlie's lag or whatever it was there, but he grabbed the tyre, grabbed the curb there, and he almost looked like he got pulled around and was almost spun. He's going to get the move here on the Red Bull driver. He's on the outside. Can he make it stick though? Will the room be given by the Red Bull driver? Oh, no, it's not. Oh. He might have had a snap there, but either way, both drivers off track. I'm not sure if that would have equated to a warning, but it's getting really close here with the racing.
Lewis now with the fastest lap, just turning up the heat a little bit after a relatively slow start for the Ferrari. And as we'll say for that move, it is always very risky to go around the outside of Stowe. The car naturally wants to drift out wide. It's almost impossible to get that move done. Props to Charlie for going for it though. He's showing he's being a little bit racy today. It's definitely one to watch. Limpo is now back on the gearbox of the Ferrari. Could we see a move going into Stowe, perhaps? Dylan keeping tabs, Afonso, the whole grid, as there is a slight break in the train now. Adam Lindbergh has dropped over a second behind Blaze Tim, who is all over the back of Darko. He's just losing a bit of time to his cop. We see now Lim Huiz still on the back. Overtake mode already active, but he lost a lot of time through Chapel. That's really hurt his exit onto the hangar straight.
The closing rate there is scary from the Mercedes driver. This is one of those tracks as well where it's annoying, you can use DRS to get as close as possible, but there aren't a lot of clear-cut overtaking opportunities. You've either got to invent something really special, or just hope to God that DRS carries you into the braking zones of the following corners.
See the top drivers. Harry has dropped back. Has Harry perhaps made a mistake? This could be terrible news for...
There could be a three-car battle here from Harry down to LMB. Strikes! Oh! The Red Bull driver is so close. He's almost up the gearbox of Herod there. And as the DRS gets enabled through this section, or through this straight, Juan's going to try and get an easy overtake here. Gets on the inside.
He's got to do an LMB, goes for the dive bomb. Oh!
Double here. He's
still side by side.
Still got the inside.
Apologies for the technical difficulties. Apologies for the technical difficulties on Scott's end. That was very risky for LMB there. Somehow not spinning around.
Hello?
Yep, we're all good, all good. As we see now, Liam is a lot closer to the back of Lewis. I don't think he's ever led a race before. Is he gonna go for the move? No, he backs out again. Possibly trying to conserve a bit of energy. Is that Dylan going wide? Yes, it is. As LB and Charlie are battling again, there's contact between the two of them, side by side, going into the male chicane.
They'll have the outside into the next corner, so it might be the Red Bull still. It might be the Red Bull still.
Very hard racing, almost forcing off the track. Through goes Dark Holt! Unbelievable stuff! I had to pull the line out.
No, I do not play you. What a move as well by the AlphaTauri driver. Opportunistic as you like. And he's managed to get two free positions there. Brilliant racecraft from Dark Holt. Oh, it's still going. There's contact. The end of the strike was forced off track there. by Charlie. In fact, Tim was looking for the move as well. This is getting messy between the two drivers here.
Very messy. Always going 3 wide into Brooklands now. Charlie and LMB have been side by side for practically the whole lap at this point. And there's a yellow flag as well. Is that Omar?
Omar spins.
Wow, that was very intense. Charlie has now lost Dark Old. Really opportunistic move, and he's dropped Charlie. He's over a second up on Charlie. So unlike in the actual British Grand Prix where that move happened, Dark Alt has kept the position as we see a couple more moves going along. This battle is still going on. Charlie and LMB strikes. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was lag. Although Blaze Tim is ahead, I'm very confused there.
Oh, mistake from Tim though. He's hit the inside curb and Charlie slips straight back up the inside. And I thought Adam was going to go for it as well, but luckily he pulled out in time.
Blaze Tim right in Charlie's gearbox. Has Charlie potentially picked up a little bit of damage from the battle? Blaze Tim looking for the move.
Would not be surprised. They were relentless through the previous couple of laps, and Adam maybe looking to cut back maybe here on Tim. If he can get the power down, he wouldn't rule it out.
He's got the overtake move, got the overtake ERS on in the slipstream, accelerating up to 203 miles an hour down the inside, and it's a relatively easy move. Lewis keeps it on the inside for Luffield. Can Adam Lindbergh get the run into Copse? Yes, he does. On that hard compound of tyre, that is very crucial. Will Blaze Tim, look, they're battling into Copse corner now. Whoa, we've seen that end very badly in the past. Blaze Tim having to back out, and Blaze Tim at the moment in that Williams sandwich.
The leaders were. It's interesting watching too. It seems to be the straights. DRS, but also just they're getting that slipstream. But as Lewis.
Apologies for the technical difficulties once again.
Oh my god, man! Stupid
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not good.
It looks like there's completely unchanged at the front at the moment. Again, it's just saying the grip, the high-speed grip for Lewis is remarkable. It's insane watching Liam try and match his speed, but going wide or going onto the curbs. Whatever Lewis has got in terms of setup and skill is just completely outdoing him at the moment.
See a brief yellow flag there in sector 1.
I think it was for Hazard. He's just ghosted. So unless he's just recovered from a spin.
Harry all over the back of Herod as well. There's a little bit. There's a few trains going along now. There's the top 5. Then there's 6th down to 9. No, 6 down to 8. You see a yellow flag once again. Is that?
Yeah, Hazard again.
Hazard again. Limquiz quite close once again, although I don't think he's close enough to go for the move. He's always half a second off through Chapel. Still nose to tail this top 5. Any one of them can win it. The strategy is going to be crucial as we see Limquiz once again spinning. Zalba getting another penalty. Not Limquiz spinning, Hazard time spinning, sorry. Limquiz is very much not spinning. He's very much in that second position still. You see, is there any close side-by-side action? Doesn't look like it.
I tell you what as well, I'm loving the fact we're having green flag racing all the way through so far.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm loving it.
This is the type of track as well you need to have green flag racing. It's just so fun. It's so boring being sat behind the safety car around a track like this.
Hazard time, the first car into the pits, rather unsurprisingly. His rear tyres are going to be done. What tyres will he pit onto? I would guess the hard compound, but not too overly sure. It's the soft? Okay. Lindquist a little bit further back. Is Lewis potentially pushing a little bit more, or has Lindquist made a mistake? He's 3/10 further back.
I just wonder if Liam maybe is just trying too hard to back up the gap. Just watch through the corner, it just looks so much more forced. You look at Lewis, and it's so natural compared to Liam, where he's just almost having to try and drive quickly to try and keep up. But of course, by doing that, it just...
Sorry to interrupt. Harry and Herod are side by side. Harry very late on the brakes there into the Vale chicane. Oh, Herod just backing out. These three now nose to tail. Oh, almost trying to round the outside of Club Corner, believe it or not.
Well, I don't know how much longer Harry's going to be there for, because not only is he losing DRS every time he stays out in front, but he's also drained that ARS battery. And with those two behind, with plenty of that left and DRS, it might be over quite quickly for the Aston Martin drivers. There's also a decent battle going on here between Miku and Blaze Tim. There's yellow flags.
Salva's
crashed.
Salva's crashed.
On the main straight, and it's a safety car. And a perfect time pit stop here for Damas 03. He's gone into the pits, onto the hard tyres. And it looks like he's going to be able to get... Yeah, he might have a really good strategy here. If he can catch up while they're in the pit. Oh, I don't know. It's going to be difficult, but a perfect time pit stop there for Damas, guys.
So what were you saying about green flag racing?
Well, yeah. I had to get one commentator cursor there, didn't I? But that top 10 of medium drivers, though, they're all going to come in, and surely they go for hards.
The hard. It has to be the hard.
Unless someone goes really aggressive and goes for a medium, and then tries to go for another, like, it's hoped for another safety car, so they can then go onto the softs. Because the softs won't be able to go 16 laps, will they? I mean, with a track like this, definitely not.
I think one person who's definitely gonna, well, I would in their situation, if I was Adam Lindbergh, I would stay out. He's ignoring my advice. Probably for good reason. I have not had the best strategies. There's Charlie sped into the pit lane. There's absolute carnage.
If I'm Hazard, I'd get an easy pit stop here, but he's not a lap down, but he's quite far back. I'll go onto the mediums, then try and go to the end, because he's already pitted onto the softs so far, so he's not really needing that. Just trying to see if there's any strange tyres. Doesn't look like it, though. All pretty orthodox in the pits at the moment. No, there's not. Bino onto the softs. No, it's not. Charlie onto the softs. And Nova onto the mediums.
Charlie, desperate for another safety car, it seems. He's going to be flying on this restart.
Maybe that's the strategy.
Harry
once everyone gets bunched up.
Harry's lost a lot of time in the pits. He's down to P8 now.
I wonder, he might have double stacked with his teammate, because they were quite close together. But that doesn't really explain why why Bino hasn't dropped too far back. But then again, might be a lucky double stack. He might have been held up in the pits some way, somehow, as almost everybody has come in for new tyres. Only people staying out, well, Damas is the only person that's stayed out. Even Hazard's coming into the pits. Omar onto a fresh set of mediums, and Hazard no doubt will go into another fresh set of mediums as well.
I have received word from Hazard Time. He's going for a very bold strategy. He's going... No. He's going to do... How many times has he pit already? Let's have a look.
Twice, isn't it?
Twice. 4 times. Okay, so he's going for a 13 stop.
I beg your pardon? Is he going to pit
Did I
every lap of the race or something?
Did I stutter?
No, just not sure. Just not sure if you're. Just not sure if you're taking something, you know.
Something that would not be legal in driving these kind of cars.
No, be fun, but no.
We obviously don't condone that.
Of course not. Only drinking during thing is fine.
No. No.
Anyway, though, as we're not even at the halfway point today. Oh, Charlie straight into the pits though.
What?
Maybe he realises maybe it was a mistake. Might have pre-selected different tyres or got put onto the wrong tyres. So he's going to drop all the way back down to the back of near the back of the grid.
Really, the back of the grid. Why is he pit again? Unless he's going on to another set of mediums.
He is.
Which he is. He's going to go to the end on mediums.
And he's serving his penalty. That makes sense.
That does make a lot of sense now. He's going on to
She served him as well during the safety car. I thought you weren't allowed to do that, but brain moment.
Brain moment. As Dammers is also in?
Yeah, on some
also
mediums as well. Makes sense.
What are Haas cooking up here?
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense because, especially with a couple, maybe a lap or two, you'll get under safety car. In fact, it might even come in this lap, but there's still a good chance of there being another safety car, and at least then they'll be in a good position to stay on those tyres or go onto the soft. So it opens up a lot of good options for the Haas drivers.
It's a very bold strategy call, but they will have the faster tyres going into this part of the race. Other notable drivers on the mediums: Adam Lindbergh on the mediums. He's the highest placed medium runner at the moment. Blaze, Tim, Miku, Omar, Charlie and Dammers. So it's near enough, at least, well, it's not near it, at least probably 40-60 towards the hard at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Tim and Miku don't battle each other like they were before, although they were on very different tyres when they were battling each other before. Miku was on the hards and Tim was on the softs, so dying softs against middle range hards. It was quite an interesting battle, but that won't matter now because the safety car is in this lap. It's all up to that Ferrari at the top there, Lewis. It's like 2017 F1 seeing a Ferrari and a Mercedes up top. No Red Bulls to be seen.
No, I'd call it. It is beautiful. It's beautiful. Maybe just the Ferrari part.
You don't like Mercedes domination.
As Lewis gets us back on the way through the Vale chicane, he's got a good jump, a very good jump in fact, over Lewis. 6/10 already. It's like that gap never went away. As Harry already making moves on LMB. Or are they just battling? I'm not too... Yeah, Harry did lose out. Harry making a move.
Passed Omar.
LMB and Darkle, both on debuts, both in Red Bull affiliated cars, both battling for this position. The ERS wide open for Darkle. He has a look in. Surely that's a double move there from LMB. That looked like a double move to me.
I don't know, we'll find out. But I'm kind of more watching the race at the moment. Lindbergh has been absolutely dropped at the moment. 1.1 seconds. He might have made a slight mistake through that section there, and it's gone even further as well.
Wow.
And Charlie, I mean, whatever illegal substances we were talking about earlier, he might have put that into his fuel system because at the moment he's into P14, made it 2 positions already around the track, which is very good for overtaking, but the field is kind of spread out towards the back here, which could hurt his advances through the field. But those tyres, though, are going to be brilliant. They're going to carry him all the way through. As Adam Lindbergh making a move on Dark Alt.
LMB with the 3-second time penalty now for multiple warnings. It's a bit of a lock up in front. Lewis has checked out. He's
off on hards. Wow.
Yep. See you later, son. That's what he said. See you later. The gap is 3 times as big as it ever was during that first part of the race. Say goodnight.
What's gone wrong for Liam here? Liam might just not be getting on with these hard tyres. That might just be what it is. He's not used to the grip fall off because he's been on those mediums where they were pretty strong throughout, to be fair. There wasn't really much wrong with those mediums, but now going onto those hard tyres, unless he didn't warm them up properly, maybe especially around a track like this as well, it could be really difficult when you have cold tyres. But it's all speculation at the moment. But what we can tell you is that the gap is almost 2 seconds, and that is he's checking out. He's checking out. He's handed in his hotel card. He's picked up his bags and he's gone.
I didn't know Max Verstappen drove for Ferrari.
Well, maybe he is now.
I didn't know his first name was Lewis.
Working out.
Yep, ban him. He's smurfing. He's smurfing. Getting back to iRacing.
Charlie now lining up a move up the inside there, has us off, but little move
Miku
there
almost
towards
getting
the outside.
switch back on board with Miku here. DRS
Miku's
enabled
still there.
now. Oh, he just backs out in time. That's brilliant racing from the pair of them. Charlie up another position, eyeing up Disputed Cloud now. And I can't believe it's taken us 15 laps to do this, but in the position he's in on those hard tyres down in P15, I think Yannick will be panicking. Yeah, that's to happen. I can't believe it's taken this long. Yannick not having his best race today. Adam Lindbergh not really making as much progress as he would have liked on those medium tyres. DRS will help. I'm surprised Dylan didn't get past Liam Quiz, who's got a huge train behind him, all the way back down to Herod. So that's probably why Adam Lindbergh's not making too much progress.
And Charlie has just done something which I didn't think was possible. He's made a beautiful move up the inside of Cox. I was watching that from Miku's perspective. Up the inside, a beautiful move on Disputed Cloud, pulled up alongside
and he's going for Tim as well. Dylan gets past Liam Quiz. Dylan, Charlie now side by side.
He's gone wide.
Charlie side by side with a Ferrari. Can he make it two moves in a couple of corners? Not yet, but he goes for the move at the Vale chicane. Down the inside. And he's still side by side. Going through club corner. Gives the Ferrari enough room on just a little bit of check-up.
Miku's round. He's into the
Oh.
wall. He may have lost his wing there.
He's still showing his wing, but that's very unfortunate for him. Yellow flag in sector 1. That could have...
Oh, Charlie's lost it on the brakes.
Oh.
He kept it going though. He kept going like a bit of life there, but it looked like he caught the grass and got it sideways. In fact, that may have been like it. I think it is like, but he's also had another moment there. I can't really tell what's going on here. What I can tell you is that Liam Huisman is right up the back end of Dylan, and he's wanting to take that P2 straight back.
Who is this Liam Huisman you talk about?
That's his name. That's his name.
Liam Huisman. Is that actually his name? Oh.
That's his name.
I thought you just... Oh, fair enough.
No.
Oh. Oh, he's on his gearbox. He's always looking for the move into maggots. Charlie gets another penalty for track limits. He has to watch these track limits. He's a very, very quick driver, but those track limits are gonna hinder him. As Liam Quiz, side by side, coming into Stowe. Around the outside is an easy move with the DRS. Back up into P2. Adam Lindbergh, side by side with LMB strikes and getting a better run. The switch back down the inside. Down the inside goes Adam Lindbergh, still side by side again, just keeping that position.
Oh no, he's been spun.
Oh,
Dark hole.
no.
He went for the inside, and Adam just kept moving down. But as soon as they made contact,
Oh,
neither of them pulled out.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
That's helped Charlie though. It's pulled him back. It's pulled him towards Darkhold by a second. As Omar getting another penalty.
Charlie up into the points now. Obviously, with his penalties, he'll drop back down. Let's have a look. There's a yellow flag at Hazard again. As Vino and Alfonso side by side now. As he contact. Oh! How has he not lost it there?
And Harry had to go wide to avoid, I'm pretty sure, which has opened up the gap for LMB strikes, and now he's going to get in out. Oh, the McLaren driver dropping down to give some slipstream towards the Red Bull driver. They're going to clean it up, I think, into the corner. However, looking around the outside of Cox. Oh my, what a move from the Red Bull driver, but they're still side by side though. Will any of them back out? Surely Aston Martin has to back out. No, he doesn't. There's still contact. And unfortunately, Harry's taken the worst of it, and he's gone around. Oh, crazy racing between these drivers. Crazy racing.
This is getting quite scrappy now as the laps dwindle down. Desperation starting to kick in as Hazard time is round us again.
Especially when you mix that in with some tyre wear as well. The grip starts to get a bit less. You start going for some risky moves, but the tyres just aren't there for it. We could see a late safety car, a late customary VRP safety car.
Oh, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. Charlie
I'm sure
again.
drivers carrying penalties though won't want that to happen. Speaking of, you were saying about Charlie?
Yeah, P9 now is another yellow flag as it is Limwiz. Not Limwiz. Hazard. Why am I getting those two mixed up? The names are not even remotely similar. Dylan having a little look down the inside of Limwiz. Not Hazard time. As Afonso still in hot pursuit. Oh, nearly contact between them.
It was a really good line there for Afonso. He arched the corner and got a really good smooth exit there. That's why you saw him climbing all over the back of the rear wing there.
Oh, as Hazard time gets a penalty.
That was up as P12 overtaking Disputed Cloud.
As Bino gets a penalty now.
And he's got LMB right behind him.
That will pull, in terms of net positions, that will pull Herod into the top 5. A double top 5 at the moment. Oh, Mercedes is Dylan and Limwiz. Swap.
Oh, what a move! Oh, there's contact there. Was always going to happen. That was always going to happen there. LMB strikes.
Goes
really
around.
Aggressive move to the inside there. And, yep, got clouted by the rear tyre there. And unfortunately, just like bike racing, front tyre versus rear tyre usually always wins. And we see there, he spins right around and outside the top 10.
One person will be very happy with that, Charlie. Battling a minute earlier, possibly a little bit aggressive from LMB in that battle. He'll be very happy with that, and that's another position, however, with his penalties. It may not be ideal.
For P2, this three-way battle for P2 here is just spicing up as Dylan is being overtaken by the Mercedes driver. He's kept the position, he just covers off the cutback. But Afonso sat right behind and he's ready to pounce on these two. Might be going sideways there for Liam.
Poor exit, but just keeps ahead of Dylan. Possibly using up a little bit of his energy. But Dylan's going for it in cups! Oh my lord! They got almost going to 3 wide into Maggots and Beckett's. Afonso's through on Liam. Wow! Really getting his elbows out there, Dylan.
And we've still got Stowe to worry about as well. There's still another long straight to go. Even into Vale, we could see a move as well. Will he pick the outside or inside? He moves to the outside.
Into the outside and he's through. Maybe, yes he is. Limwiz right behind as well. Blaze, Tim and Yannick also having a battle on the straight. Omar and Disputed Cloud also battling. There's so many battles going on right now. Omar and Disputed Cloud side by side coming out of Vale. Omar just having the advantage. Yannick, Disputed Cloud, sending it round the outside of this contact on Omar's round.
Bad news for Charlie. He's lost a bit of time to Dark Hulk. Dark Hulk's been behind Bino, so he's been able to use that DRS to try and manage the gap between him and the Haas driver. So his attempts to climb up the field have kind of stalled here, unfortunately for Charlie. He'll be one of those drivers wishing for a safety car.
Here we go again, Limwiz about to go on the attack of Dylan, it looks like, who uses the slipstream of Afonso. Afonso maybe going a little bit wide. Limwiz tries to look around the outside of Luffield, seemingly. Oh, no. Big wobble on exit.
I think he's just trying to do what Afonso was doing. Just, if you're not battling anybody, use the track to just set up something, set up a good run. That's all you've got to do.
Afonso really capitalised on the battle between Dylan and Liam to take both of them in the space of a couple of corners. As a yellow flag once again, it is hazard time.
In qualifying, I was saying about the battle between the McLaren drivers and the Aston Martin drivers currently. I mean, the McLaren drivers are winning that by a country mile, but I didn't expect to see the Mercedes drivers.
Dylan's going for it, Alfonso. He's got through on the inside, but Alfonso trying to look for the switchback. Will Alfonso go for it and fail? No, he doesn't.
Both McLaren's made a move into that corner as well. Bino and Dylan both going up one position through that section there.
He passed Herod. That'll be good news for him as he has Dark all over his rear. Charlie hoping for them to keep battling. Charlie massively dropping Blaze Tim on the same compound tyre as well. This has been chaotic as all. Omar having another incident in Maggots and Beckett's as well. It's been a really torrid couple of laps for the Brit. Not what he would have wanted in his home race. But once again, as Afonso goes to the inside on Dylan, he gets the move done. Limwiz looking in anticipation, seeing if there is anything. Yannick past Blaze Tim. Maybe the medium's starting to fall off a bit now. As we see, will Dylan go for it again in Cops? No, he doesn't. Doesn't do what he did last time. Alfonso going very wide though on the exit of Cops. That's surely got to be a warning for him. This battle for the podium could go either way, I think, as Dylan gets a very poor exit from Chapel. He's still in the DRS as Bino and Herod are battling as well. Herod back up into that P5 position. There's Tim on Yannick as well, still going side by side. LMB is also in this trail, as is Dammers. Dammers having a very quiet race up to this point, but could be on the precipice of points if this battle goes his way. Battle now going back on to the Wellington straight. Yannick and LMB are battling side by side through the loop. The yellow flag, and Omar's retired. That doesn't look like it's in the pit lane. It's not in the pit lane.
It's not a safety car, it's not really a VSC. I think it's further enough off track.
Oh, side by side now. The Haas and the Red Bull. And Dammers gets through to P10. After a little bit of contact there with LMB. As Hazard has gone way off the track there.
I think he might be just getting out of the way of the Ferrari there.
Or is he? He's trying to get back on the track. Yellow flags flying everywhere. Hazard's got a 10-second time penalty now for exceeding track limits. LMB.
The post has been dropped a little bit here. So the current top 2 and 3 drivers battling hard though. It could pull the Mercedes driver back in.
Dylan
it's so close.
So back, will Alfonso go for it and fail? No, he doesn't. He backs out. There's still a couple of laps to go. Look to get a better run. Will he go for it? Going into the loop, he's all over the gearbox of the McLaren. He's going to go to sleep tonight, and the words Dark Trace are going to be etched into his mind at this rate.
Well, speaking of Dark Alt is currently trying to hunt down that P6 position. Even might be able to get a P5 as well. His best case scenario for him at the moment, with the looking of it going green all the way to the end, which is kind of really what we want. As much as pumping everyone back up would be great, there's a couple of penalties which might ruin things a little bit as Alfonso dives to the inside for the umpteenth time and gets the position as well for the umpteenth time.
Dylan looking for the switchback for the umpteenth time.
Liam's bumped him. Liam's bumped Dylan through the corner. Ridiculous stuff. It looks like he's kept his wing as well. Brilliant stuff.
LB has got through on Dammers. Those mediums looking to be fading as that looks to be half the time once again. Fading.
A race to forget for the Alpine driver. Alpine not going too well in VRP nor in real life at the moment. As we focus on the leaders here yet again, up towards Stowe.
Dylan goes
it's
for
trading positions here. It's watching boxing, isn't it? Trading punches.
Herod and Bino. Herod and Bino. There's Dark Alt right in that battle. Still almost side by side. Charlie's going to be loving this, and he is in the DRS. LMB and Dammers battling again as well. Dammers, will he go for it at Vale? He goes round the outside. It's a beautiful move from the Haas. Has he got it done though? No, he doesn't. LMB gets him right back. Wow.
Alfonso could. Oh, it looks like Alfonso's easily. He might even get him on the DRS before the braking zone. He's so close behind the driver there, but Liam's even closer as well.
Wow, this has been crazy. There's only been one safety car. This has been yet another entertaining race in VRP.
Hazard might be nearing a DSQ at this point. He's had a lot of penalties.
Dammers and LMB still battling for that final points position. LMB with a penalty, so Dammers doesn't really need to fight this. He can just stick behind him and claim the P10. But hopefully, he wanted to fight it. LMB's efforts may be in vain. He's drove a very entertaining race, but it doesn't look like at the moment it will yield any points. Alfonso, DRS white, he's closed the DRS interestingly enough. very early on the straight. He's not going for it. Is he going to go for a last lap move on the McLaren?
There's still time. You don't want to wait too long and end up making a mistake and then letting the other person drive on ahead. You've seen it so many times in real life racing and league racing. It can happen. You get too complacent and it can end up messing up your race.
LMB once again getting through on Dammers. Charlie right in this battle, but Dark Alt has dropped back a bit. Has he made a mistake?
It's a lot. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you look at, I mean, that's a long way back to drop. But surely those mediums have got to be hitting a bit of the wall at the moment now in terms of grip.
Charlie really struggling to get traction coming out of the loop as Bino gets through on Herod once again. As Afonso now 7/10 off of Dylan. Has Dylan managed his tyres better? Dylan getting through on LMB once again, with LMB snatching it right back on the exit. It's been a brilliant battle between the pair of them.
Yeah, just didn't quite get him on the brakes, did he? And I wonder if it's too early to ask, maybe. I feel like I'm throwing a football thing, but who would you say for you right now has been your driver of the day?
I think I'm going to have to decide that after the race has concluded. At the moment, there's still a lot of racing going on. Who's going to claim this podium? Will it be Afonso? Will it be Dylan? Will it be Liam? Or will Bino somehow get in this? Hair on. Charlie's got through on Dark Alt. Although with the penalties, it won't really matter. Dark Alt still going for the move around the outside. Will he replicate what Dammers nearly did? Speaking of Dammers, he's through on LMB, but LMB gets a better exit. Will he go for the outside move at Vale? Thinks better of it. Will he go for a swing back? But no, Yannick goes for the dive bomb. That really threw a spanner in the works for LMB there. There'll be music to Dammers' ears. As he's now half a second clear on to the final lap. Afonso with significantly more overtake than Dylan. Will he go for it into Brooklands? No, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. He's waiting. He's waiting for Stowe. All going down to Stowe. It's a bit of a poor exit there. Liverpool's dropping back a little bit now. I think he has consolidated P4. A very, very strong drive for him, however.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed not to get the podium, but it's no shying away from it being a brilliant drive from the Dutchman.
I really want to watch this battle, but there is one man who is coming through the final corners who...
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, who has driven the absolute perfect race. Afonso predictably making that move up into P2. But through the final corner now, Lewis with the perfect race, doing the burnouts across the line with a dominant P1. As Afonso claims P2, Dylan P3, Lewis P4, Herod after the penalties taking P5. Dark Alt with a very impressive debut in P6. Bino P7, getting past Bino after the penalties. Charlie P8, Blaze Tim P9. Dammers claiming that final point position. Adam Lindbergh after all that into P11. Yannick P12, Disputed Cloud P13. LMB perhaps disappointingly after his pace in P14. Harry has crashed before the line. Hasn't he done that before?
I feel like someone has, yeah.
I feel like that's happened before.
Afonso in the end getting the better of Dylan. It was a textbook move up the inside of Stowe. Dylan looked like he was going to get another textbook cutback. However, someone ripped the page out of the textbook because he managed to get the car sideways a little bit. He had a slight snap coming out the corner, and that's essentially what cost him. And he couldn't quite get the braking zone as well into Vale, couldn't quite get alongside to try and make things uncomfortable for Afonso, and instead Afonso said bye-bye and decided to drive away and take that P2 from him. After teasing him for the final couple of laps there, he just stayed behind him and kept sort of probing away, just kept within the DRS zone, and eventually managed to get past him at the last overtaking opportunity. The game has just given Charlie driver of the day, but who would you give as driver of the day, Adam Richardson?
Well, first, I've got to give a couple of special mentions here. Firstly, the obvious, one of the most dominant drives I've ever seen from Lewis. Textbook from start to finish, leading every single lap with the fastest lap. Utter perfection from him. Behind him, Lim Whiz has to get a special mention. Starting P2, a very good qualifying, slipping back behind the returning Dylan, who I also have to nominate as a Driver of the Day contender. I mean, there's so many contenders, it's so hard to choose. You know what, I'm gonna pick 2 Drivers of the Day. You can pick one as well. Firstly, Lewis, and second, I'm gonna go Dark Alt. Very, very good impression on his debut at his home race, nonetheless.
I'm going to go for 2 drivers who've raced their way up the field. First of all, Charlie, with a bit of a strange strategy. We all kind of raised our eyebrows a little bit at it, with the basically choosing strategy of track position, but it worked in the end, racing his way up the field, trusted his pace up to from P17 to P8. But speaking of P17, one man who qualified in P17 went for a really aggressive strategy, starting on the softs, but again, used that tyre advantage all the way through to the end of the race. That's blazed him. He just finished behind Charlie, but started in P17. Went for a really aggressive strategy, and it's worked out for him. So going for 2 outsiders there for Driver of the Day.
Very good stuff. That was very, very entertaining. It had everything other than a red flag and a bit of rain. It was absolute chaos. Utter domination from Lewis. And that qualifying lap is one of the best I've ever seen. And some of the moves as well, through goes Dark Alt, are very notable. Then one, recreating the move from Lewis Hamilton in 2022. That's got to be definitely a contender for overtake of the season. Some other moves as well. Dylan at Cops. Dammers very nearly getting a move of the season contender as well. Around the outside of Vale. Just clear around the outside, but the Red Bull did get him on the switchback. It's been a very entertaining race. I hope you enjoyed it as much as us two have. And we'll be back next week. What race is it next week, Scott?
Not too sure, I'll be honest, but no doubt though it'll be about as entertaining as this week, maybe with a few more safeguards sprinkled in, but yeah,
I hope not. I liked it without. Yeah, anyway, what were you saying other than that?
Other than that though, yeah, yeah, so hopefully next week will carry the same amount of brilliance as this week. It's difficult to find a track as good as Silverstone when it comes to battling, especially with how relentless the track is. But yeah, I've enjoyed today. I know you have as well, Adam, and I hope everyone else has as well. If you do like what you see, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, and of course hit like and subscribe on the video as well. So not the video, on the live stream as well, because it maybe helps us out in the algorithm, you never know. But yeah, beautiful stuff, beautiful racing from everybody involved. Hopefully we see some highlights on social media. I'll be looking forward to that, especially that qualifying lap, as you say. What a brilliant piece of driving from the Ferrari driver. I've already messaged the admin of the VRP account to upload that lap straight after qualifying. That was perfection. Anyway, I hope, like Scott said, I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. We will see you once again next week. Take care.